us, okay? We'll stand on top of the mountain. You try to come up, we roll rock. You fall back down, okay? Except for we're in the mountains, so we don't talk like that. It's more like, check this out. We gonna stand on top of the mountain, and then if you come up here, I'm gonna roll rock, and then you're gonna be done. Welcome.
What is going on, everybody? You are listening to the Built for War podcast. I am your host, Austin Trotter, accompanied by my co-host, Mr. Michael.lee.music.com.
What's up, String Drinks?
We appreciate all of the likes, comments, subscribes, follows, shares. The DMs are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
To our real ass people who DM us the funniest shit, or just DM us in general. It's always nice to hear from you guys.
Always.
So we did have a request put in from a gentleman that hit me up. He says he listens to our podcast. He loves what we do. He loves who we are.
Sick.
He says, keep that shit up.
Sick.
He definitely loves the pod and lifts. His name is Ernesto Martinez. So shout out to Ernesto Martinez.
Yeah, Ernesto.
But he did want us to look into the World's Strongest Man, since that's now over.
Oh, okay. We can talk about that.
Yep. And then he wanted us to look into the Strongest Man on Earth competition coming up.
Ooh, okay.
So I don't know if we're going to be able to full toss both of them in
I was going to
here.
say, you know us, Ernesto. Like, you give us 3 words. It's gone. 4 hours. So, yeah, well, but those are great topics, and I appreciate it. And, yeah, for sure, brother. We will, yeah, we can totally jump on that. And I kind of planned on it anyway, because we were watching it, and we got predictions and things like that.
Yeah, so the one that I think is coming out... Yeah, so the one that came out before this was day one. That was last week's, right? Yeah.
Do what? Oh, yeah, we got the last time we did it was day one. So the groups. Mm-hmm. And then we were waiting up for the stone offs and stuff. So
yep. And
then we just talked about the finals, like predictions.
Yeah, so now that the finals are all finished up, we can give our full hanger banger.
I love it.
Also, if you guys haven't, make sure that you guys go check out builtforwarstrength.com. There you guys can find all of the super cool t-shirts and swagger and the athlete t-shirts, especially with nationals coming up.
Dude, literally support your fucking athlete.
Support
your favorite athlete.
Yeah.
It's okay. Buy a couple of Musick shirts and, walk around. Let people know how much you love me.
Mi corazón.
Mi corazón to you, okay?
Mi amor.
No, but for real. Yeah, literally. Nationals is coming out, and that's a great way if you're one of the people that are signed up and part of the Built for War athlete. If they are competing at nationals, that's a fucking great way to support that athlete.
Yep.
And just rocking some sick swag and, just showing love. So, but yeah, check those out anyway, and all the new merch. And as always, just keep an eye on those kinds of things. And like we said, we're always progressing and going to be hitting you guys with some new line equipment and stuff. So just keep an eye on that.
Yes, sir. Other than that, let's get into today's subject.
Let's get into it.
So the World's Strongest Man ended on the 5th, which is, wow, it's only been 3 days.
Yep. It just happened.
Wow.
Bro, I should it's funny. I was talking to someone at work, and he does all that betting online. He sent me the app, like football. You probably do the same thing, like an online betting app, right?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I wish they had Strongman on here. I was like, I could make some cash on this shit.
I guarantee Las Vegas always have an over.
Some kind of thing. Like, I bet that world record deadlifter or something. I bet I could fucking do some betting on that.
Oh, yeah.
Because once again, I haven't even seen the top 5, but my boy won. I knew he was going to take it. I knew it. I knew it.
You did.
Yep.
So basically the line out in the finals, we'll just kind of break down, let's just go 10th through 9th or 10th through 1st.
Okay.
So,
got the Avars
made it. Luke Stoltman.
Yep.
Pavlo.
Koriaka, Austin, Andre,
Wesley Derwinski,
Yep.
Tristan Hoath, Matt Ragg, Evan Singleton, Mitch Hooper, and Tom Stoltman. So,
yeah. So a list of people we expected, but this year was super interesting because all the fucking injuries.
yeah.
Just drop out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So let's see about that because I'm pretty sure
there was a few. So Novikov was already in line, but then he tore the bicep of Giants. So he was out. So they had to get his replacement. And I don't know who is whose replacement in this. But yeah, so you had Novikov out as a big hitter. And then you had Thompson. Fucking, he was there, and then he got hurt before it even started, so he was out.
Yeah, so after I talked to him, because luckily with him being my coach, I get all the dirty little insides. He had said that he just had built up nerve damage over time.
Sick.
He's going to see
That's not sick, but
yeah, it's nothing like
like a big tear, like a big rip. That's
yeah. So he said that it's going to be a week-long process out in Indiana, and he should be good to go.
Good to go. Cool.
Also working on getting him on the podcast.
Oh my God, dude, Bobby.
Bobby.
I would just like, he's your coach, everything else, and that's sick. Like, but I would love to have that. I would love to have a conversation with that man. He just seems a very intriguing person, very wise, and he'd be very fun to talk to.
Every single time I talk to him, I learn.
Yeah, right. He's just one of those
I literally sit there with a fucking pad and a
legitimately.
pen. And when we're on our video calls, dude, I'm just like writing shit down.
Yeah. He's
I'm that SpongeBob meme where he's like, write that down.
Yeah, right. I would refer that as more like, what was the name of that? Oh, I have to watch that movie. I'm on a kick right now of old movies. Van Wilder. Write that down.
I haven't seen Van Wilder.
Shut up.
None of them.
Oh my God. In the comments say OMGs right now. No, you've never seen an OG Ryan Reynolds Van Wilder.
No.
Bro.
No, I haven't.
Okay, you and Brooke, you'll have to like type that, like, you don't know where you'd find it. I'm sure Amazon Prime for free.
Oh yeah.
Usually has your shit, but watch Van Wilder, where he's like in college for like 7-10 years or whatever.
I've definitely seen it and I've heard of it. I've just never seen the movies.
So good. Like, he's so good. You'll pick up like life facts from that man. Okay. Like, it's like that.
I love it.
It is like,
I fucking love it.
Anyway, but that's the reference he always talks, and he's got a guy that follows him around, even though he's in college. And he's like, write that down.
And plus, Ryan Reynolds is like one of my favorite actors.
And he is Ryan Reynolds, just super young. Like, it's him.
Same guy.
It's so good. But that was the crazy fucking thing about this year is just so I'm super happy about Bobby. I'm glad that's happening. But then we had
Adam Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop ran the qualifiers and then turned around and fucking right for the end, fucked his shit up.
He tore his he ruptured his Achilles tendon.
Yeah. Damn, what's up with the Achilles going on right now?
Bro, you know what I think it is? This is just speculation. I think they're going too hard on some of the sauces.
Oh, yeah, just kind of drying them up. Well, and a lot of them we're talking about big time is how hot it is in Florida. And, and a lot of these people, and especially these guys that are not from America, they live in different, totally different places.
That's actually how Bilton went out.
Yeah, Bilton, he has a very hard time, especially when he comes the strongest man on earth. Fucking here in Colorado, he gets his ass kicked by the elevation, completely hammered.
Yeah.
And it's just, so I think
that's why all of America's Olympic athletes come out
here
of Colorado Springs.
It's because we live on top of the mountain. Mm-hmm. The wolves are on top.
We fucking train.
That's right.
Harder than Russians.
Anybody else, okay? We'll stand on top of the mountain. You try to come up, we roll rock. You fall back down, okay? Except for we're in the mountains, so we don't talk like that. It's more like, check this out. We gonna stand on top of the mountain, and then if you come up here, I'm gonna roll rock, and then you gonna be done. Welcome.
This podcast is sponsored by Cerberus Strength USA. Make sure that you guys go to cerberus-strength.us for all of your Cerberus needs.
Yeah, absolutely. They're the absolute best. They're coming up in the game. They're owning the game. Cerberus Strength is the best quality product you can possibly wear.
I mean, I tell you what, whenever I think of strongman or powerlifting nowadays, I think of Cerberus.
Dude, I think about Cerberus every day.
I mean, because I wear Cerberus every day.
It looks super sick.
It does. Make sure that if you guys want any of the gear, the equipment, accessories, apparels, they're even coming out with supplements now.
Absolutely.
Make sure that you guys go check out Cerberus Strength.
For real. They're literally one of the best in the business. Probably the best in the business. They're sponsoring everybody from strongman athletes to all the strength sport athletes out there, taking over the game. And you just know you're in safe and good hands when you rock Cerberus Strength.
And make sure that you use our code B4WAR at checkout to save you 10% at checkout.
Absolutely. And their packages always arrive, no problems, shipping, everything. So B4WAR, get you 10% off.
And thank you to Cerberus for sponsoring this podcast.
Absolutely. We love you.
We love you. This podcast is sponsored by Premier TRT and Med Spa. Make sure you guys go over to www.premiertrt.com to get all of your testosterone, hormone, and peptide needs.
Absolutely. And just overall general health. I mean, you guys want to be checked out by the best in the business and people that actually care about you and your well-being and your overall health, whether it's strides and strength, admirations, or just a healthy living style. You guys cannot beat Premier TRT and Med Spa. Great family-owned style business, and you're just one of the family. And as always, get yourself checked.
Either that or go check them out at 12774 Colorado Boulevard, Suite 141 in Thornton, Colorado. Yeah. Go over there and tell Melanie we said that we sent you, you know. Tell them that Built for War sent us.
That's right. You were hanging out with us last night, chilling, and you needed to come get checked. So, bam, there you are.
Yeah. For a low price, they'll check you out. They'll get you what you need and get you out the door so you can be back to living a healthy, lovely lifestyle like everybody else.
That's the American dream.
That's the American dream.
It really is. But no, for real, guys, always we say keep an eye on your health, and there's nobody better.
Yeah.
Premier. And, family, and just, man, you just become one of the family, okay?
You're part of the familia now.
For real. You're under my protection, okay?
Well, thank you for sponsoring us, Premier TRT, and thank you to you.
Always.
We'll see you guys. So yeah, I knew that something was going to happen because Florida being as hot as it is, as humid as it is,
humid as fuck.
People are not built for that.
No.
Like I think I personally would have a problem going down to Florida and competing.
I've never even been to Florida, so I don't.
Oh, you've never been?
Never been to Florida.
We went for our honeymoon in September of 2021.
Okay.
And was it 21? No, it was 2020. Anyways, so we went out there and bro, the humidity is fucking real.
That's what I've heard.
Like I've been down to Texas and their humidity, it sucks. But Florida is a different type of humidity.
Yeah, the only thing I can relate it to is Cancun. In the middle of like fucking July.
Yeah.
Like you literally walk out of your hotel room, you put your glasses on, and they're pure.
They're fogged.
You're always wet. Like you take a shower, you jump in the pool. It don't matter. You're just wet all fucking week. And that's when I was like super holding.
Pool, shower, or
it don't matter.
Fucking sweat.
You're just wet all the fucking time. And then I remember I held a lot of water. Like I didn't feel bad when I was out there. I trained and everything. I was on vacation, but like never felt bad. But I remember I did hold a lot because I was like super low carbonate, and but I was still like holding like a fucking solid ass 220 all week long. Which is like normally here, like it's like I got to be pretty full for a couple days for like to stay at that weight for a couple days, and it didn't matter. Fucking low carb, alcohol sure, but like a lot of moving, a lot of walking, and just 220 first thing in the morning. It was like fuck, I'm holding a lot of water.
Yeah.
So something like that, if I ever were to compete, like say the fucking Florida OSG one,
the Florida Man Games,
or the Florida Man Games, but like no, even like because we do the Southwest regionals in Texas,
the Southeast is in Florida,
exactly. But the Florida one, the Caesar does every year. It's like I would have to maybe like prep a little differently because it's like fuck, dude, I might start holding a shit ton of water once I get there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's just a whole different biome.
It is, right, and that's something that you have to take, and that's super hard because they're flying over fucking seas and 3-day trips and trains and fucking craziness. But I mean, it was definitely, it threw some mixes into this world. I mean, it's super cool to get to like, especially where we are in this stage. This is something that like or a lot of our buddies like, Mark Sanchez and Kelly and CJ Allen, and these guys are right around this area, and it's like they're about to make it to those kinds of things, and they're strong, and it's like, no, and even these guys, if the top liners were there, they wouldn't have made it to the finals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they were the best, and that's nothing against them. There's just years, like, right? I mean, it's fucking years. You got to put yourself through this. But that opens up the door for these guys to step on the main stages, and like that'll thrive. And some of these dudes were fucking savages, though.
Yeah.
Fucking savage. Like Tristan won his group straight out. Like, so that was like nobody needed to bow out for you to make that. Like, you were a savage.
Yeah.
And most of them were that way. It wasn't like some guy got lucky and it's like, oh my God, I'm here, and he's just failing every fucking event. All these dudes like fought and like did amazing.
It was crazy to see Luke and Eddie do the stone off.
That was really, Eddie came in good. Dude, Eddie's always been one of those dudes that like, he's the singer, he's the fun guy, he's strong as fuck, but like it seemed like he didn't have his head to the just grinding strong man, and now he seems like he is, because like he set the world record on the Denny's like in Giants last year.
Yep.
Then this year he was winning. He was just bang, boom, 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 boom. Like, he was a savage, and so it's cool to see Eddie like change his perspective a little bit, instead of that like kind of fun joke, which is easy, I'm sure he is, but like, that more mentality toward being like.
After talking to him at OSG the last time,
we all
went in December.
Yeah.
It gave me a perspective of he's kind of not the fuck off that we see on the TV all the time. At least he isn't anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he now finally realized that he has a real good shot at being a top strongman contender, and it shows here.
It does.
If you think back to, what was that, 2019 Arnold Santa Monica?
Yeah, he got his ass kicked.
He got fucked up.
And it was one of those, like, you watch that performance and he's still so strong there, but it's like you look at him and you see him compared to the other competitors, it's like, that's a man that is just like enjoying the moment, being there, being a part of it.
It's kind of how you were for Worlds.
Dude, exactly. Like, you're just kind of like, you're enjoying the moment. It's like, oh my God. Like, so you want to take it in, you're doing your best, but you're really taking it. And then there's this switch of like, you almost don't see any of that, and you're just, tunnel visioned, and it's just event, and like just fucking shit up and like proving points and, and goals. And this year he's like, and then he's slowly done it. And then Giants Live, he came out of nowhere and did that. He did pretty good in all the rest of events, but he's always been there, and he's always that funny guy, sings in the half show, and and then all of a sudden, he sets that world record, and he was doing good in some events, and then all of a sudden this year he comes in and he's just like banging shit out.
He's Mr. Consistent. He's not super high, low.
Yeah.
He's not super low,
because I didn't count him in. Like, when I saw him in the events, I was like, no. I was like, he's not going to make it.
Yeah, same here. I saw him and was just like,
I was like, he'll be right in there. Like, he'll be right in there, jumping like, for maybe fourth and maybe onto a third in the heats.
Yeah.
Not even in the finals. Like, I was like, he won't make it. He'll be like trying to get that third into the stone off if possible, and then lose. But he was running it.
If it wasn't for him doing so well in the car walk, I think he would have been super screwed, but he got to the car walk, and then, he did literally, obviously, it's one rep less than Luke Stoltman.
Yeah.
But watching those two fucking bust each other up,
oh, dude, so
bro,
good.
that was, you can't fault him for coming in third in his group.
Absolutely not. No, it was a savage performance. It's super impressive, and that gives you a lot of, like...
gives me hope, because
exactly gives you hope for like next year. He's still young.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, dude, now grind, motherfucker. Like, you'll be in that final next year.
You have the body for it.
Exactly.
Fucking
Use it.
If you just tune it all into strongman instead of being like, because this is what I see in business all the time too, right?
Yeah.
All of these guys will do all of this and all of this and all of this.
They're
and
just
all, of
all
this,
over
all
the
of
place,
this.
scattered.
They never make a full business out of it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the same thing with strongman.
For sure.
If you're so, and this goes into like Thor.
Yeah.
Thor branched out and started doing this
Movies
and this and this and this, and it hurt him.
Yeah.
As soon as he got dead set on fucking strongman,
Yeah, it changed.
he became fucking world champion.
It's the truth. You're exactly right. And unfortunately, and I get that, and I do, and it's one.
And I'm not faulting those guys for it.
No,
fucking do it.
And it's one of those things that, like, and that is true. It's like, and that's the same with me. Is like, or you, or anybody like on your journey, especially when you're starting to get to like these world stages and stuff. It's like, you do want to enjoy your life. You want to do, because it's a very selfish, very isolated sport. And like, you know, and it's just grinding, and 24 hours, that's what you're thinking about, what's going into this, fueling, sleeping into this dream that is months and months, you know, a year long. And you can still have fun, but at the same time, your mind is locked on something, and like you don't let a lot in. And it's one of those things of like, I've been there, and then I've also, and that was like for local shit, and then like it progressed me, but then I was like, I'm missing out on things, and then I like then I enjoy things too much, and then I don't pay attention, and then so it's finding like a good balance. Exactly. Like we'll get into this fucking thing, and like, and I enjoy life, and I'm trying to enjoy life and do the strongman, but then it's, when it starts getting into a certain season, it's like you have to. Like if you really want to accomplish something, and I got to see it, like being up against those guys, and like that is what they...
Being up against for those of you that don't know, OSG is World's Strongest Man, just weight classes.
It's the weight class to World's Strongest Men.
Yeah.
The World's Strongest Man we're talking about right now, that's open. Like that, anything else, 105, 90s, 80s, so forth, and women.
There's no weight classes in the jungle. That's fucking anything goes.
Yeah.
That's just raw fucking power.
Exactly.
But what Mike did at Worlds, which I think a lot of people take for granted, is you making it to Worlds. You are literally among the top, what was there, 30 athletes?
30. I think originally signed up was 44 in my class, and then I think at the end of the day, I think it was like 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40.
So top 40 of the world.
Like everybody's from all over the fucking world.
I guarantee you, there was countries there that none of you guys have ever heard of.
No,
there was countries there that I've never heard of.
And there's competitors I try to go talk to, and they're like, they just smile at you because they don't understand a fucking word he's saying.
No English.
Yeah, Uhu was really sad. I really wanted to get to know him, and you know, over time of years, because they're the OGs of like the 90 class and Worlds and shit. And Naramu, and like I tried to talk to him, he don't understand a fucking lick of English.
I wanted to get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, brother, I can't.
Yeah, when I got done with my press, because he had went right before me, you know, so you stand and you watch and see if anybody's beating you. And after I did that yoke, I was like, fuck. And then so when I got done talking to Nick, I went off the side, and then I saw him standing there, and I walked up to him, and I was like, bro, like that was super impressive on that yoke. Fuck that yoke. And like, he just gave me a thumbs up, and then I was like trying to ask him something, and he's just like, you know, I'm sorry, like, and I was like, not even cool, brother, don't even worry. Yeah. Pound it later. Like I was like,
every strong man knows the fucking
and they know the pound, and like, hell, brother, and they're just like, yep, brother. Yep. But outside of that, you try to talk to him on something, and then like he's just like, I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's the world's like, for us, it's World's Strongest Man. So
getting back into it, let's see here. We had let's just get well, hold on. Let's see. Oh, Nick Camby made his first World's Strongest Man appearance.
Yep, Nick made it.
I'm impressed, but at the same time, I think now he knows what real open class is like.
Well, and that's, I mean, him making it to his Giants Live, his last one, and then he did great in it. He was running it there for a little bit, and then he just slipped out of the fucking podium, and then. And that's when he got the forearm. And so that's what we left off last time. Because remember, we were like, why didn't he do the sandbag carry? Did he get hurt? Did he not go? But he ended up doing the Viking press. He re-hurt his forearm again. But he muscled it out, and he finished.
And we had actually even talked about that, too.
That's what we were like, what happened? Did he get hurt? Another guy hurt? And then I saw his video, and then he was like, I re-hurt the fucking forearm again, so I didn't do the sandbags, but I came out for the Viking press.
Yep.
And
I remember he
did really well.
He got to the last couple of reps, and I remember seeing his last rep, and I was like, he's fucking, there's something wrong.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, so it's unbelievable. Like, going from a 105 for so long, his whole career was a 105, and then took on the journey of fucking becoming a heavyweight. And it was all because Colin Bryce at OSG told him that. That literally is why. Because I remember watching that OSG, and then Colin afterwards, like, why aren't you? And they interviewed him, and he's like, well, you should do the opens. And I guess, and he'll even say that. He goes, it's all because Colin Bryce asked me to do opens. So he's only been on the journey for like maybe 2 years.
I think it's been 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. Like, he took a whole year off of just like bulking up.
Yep.
Because he's a normal, like, he was a big 105. Like,
he was like walks a around solid 285.
Yeah, like he was one of those 260s, 270s, and then ripped down to 231.
Yeah.
and then blow right back up and just annihilate everybody.
Yeah. After seeing him at OSG Worlds this last go around, I was like,
Yeah,
you're
I would have
open.
liked to see him as what he would have looked like. Well, because we saw him at Nationals 2022. Remember, he was not that frame. But he was still like 260s. Like he's a big motherfucker.
When we saw him at New Hampshire USS Nationals 2022, I was like, okay, yeah, you're a 105.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was like you're a big fucking 105.
And
dude.
then
now
after seeing him last
huge,
December, I was like, you're not a 105
no,
anymore.
He's open all day. And he's trying to put on more weight.
You're not even a 110.
And that's what he said. And he's like, I haven't even started. He's like, I still have kilos to put on. Like, because the body can only it's forcing it to grow that big. Mm-hmm. Then the body going through a total shock fucking factor.
Believe it or not, your body can only put on 0.5 pounds of muscle per week.
Yeah, right.
0.5. So 50, we'll just say 50 weeks to make the fucking math easy.
Yeah.
That's 25 pounds of muscle in a year.
And that's muscle. Like, yeah, sure, you could put the fat on. And if you see Camby in real life, he's that perfect balance of a strongman. Like, yes, he's got some water retention, but it's solid fucking muscle and everything.
Probably a good solid 15% body fat.
Yeah.
But he is fucking stacked.
It's stacked. That's
like,
and you can
stacked.
see, and that's what I'm saying. You can see it holding. And like I remember earlier in watching him going from the 105s to that. Sure, he got fluffy. You had to put on the body. You got to put the weight on. You got to force the food. You got to get the body to go that big. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing? And then it's like, yo, bitch, we staying this way. You got to get used to it. Yeah, that's gonna take like a year to process that, and then train, and then your maneuvers change and everything else. Sure, you're. And overall, in a sense, eventually, sure, more pounds on the scale is going to give you a little more poundage on the bar, over time. But then you got to get used to it, and then now he's been at it for like almost 2 years, and he came out and started doing.
Well, and I think an underrated thing is people will see guys that were like the Brian Shaws or the Half Thors that are 450 pounds.
Yeah.
Then you had somebody like Alexei Novikov come in. That
he changed the game.
300.
Yeah.
And won World's Strongest Man.
Beat them all out straight
Beat all of these fucking 350 pound plus
all of
dudes.
them. And that's the thing is, like, if you think about 2020, like an isolation year, so everybody's just doing nothing but training, right? So pretty savage year. And he went against Brian Shaw, Tom Stoltman, JF Garone, Bobby Thompson.
The only person he didn't go up against was Thor.
Thor and Martins. Yeah. That was the only people they didn't go up against. But he went through all the OGs and fucking took them and slayed them all down.
Yep.
Like at 300 pounds.
Yep.
Like and set the fucking world record on the fucking axle. Like it was like it changed of like what is possible, right? Because it's like, oh, look at this cute little guy. He just keeps on trying every year, and he did. You saw him at the Arnolds, and he kept showing up, and it's like, oh, sick, can he do good on this event, and then like this and this and this, and he's just that little engine that could. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, what the fuck just happened?
And in all of those years, he was converting basically his fat into muscle.
And you see it in his build. He's just getting thicker. And that's one of the so there's a doctor that watches over the World's Strongest Man, like one of the main docs. And they were talking about, and if you watch the old
Born Strong.
Yeah, Born Strong, right? And they were talking about they watch because they see the athletes every year, and he goes, and it's safe when you see them slowly. Or Adam Bishop. Great example. He always so little, and then he's just gotten thicker over the years. So he's putting it on correctly, right? And then you see some guys that are just like, bro, in like a year you put on like 70 pounds, and you're huge. Sure, you're a little heavy, but at the same time, it's like that's a lot of weight, bro.
Yeah,
like
that's not only taxing on your muscular system, but your fucking
just your structure,
your nervous system,
for sure. That and that fast of a change, you know what I mean? And some guys, I feel like, Eddie Hall is a great example, but they took that risk. He put it on super fast because if you watch him in 2000. Let's see, he started winning shit in 2014, but he was around in like 2012, 2013, like UK's, Arnold's, Giants and stuff. And he was a big dude, like he was. But if you watch that old school shit and then you watch him in like 2-3 years, maybe, even each year, the doctor kept saying that. Like they're like, and I see all the announcers always say that, like, oh, much bigger Eddie Hall this year, and oh, much bigger. Like each year, the motherfucker's putting on like 50 pounds. Yeah. Every year, just boom, boom, boom. And like, but he took that risk, and like but then he did the smart thing. He won it, and then he got the fuck out.
It paid off.
It did. It paid off.
But at the same time, like to what extent?
Exactly. And it's like, you know what I mean? So you can take that route, or like when you look at it as a longevity, like this is my lifestyle. I'm going to be doing this kind of a thing forever, being competitive. Even Novikov talks about, he's like, eventually I'll compete forever, but eventually I'll probably get out of it and compete in like CrossFit or I'll compete in something. You know, there's just competitive people.
Yeah.
Even Brian Shaw, he's always like trying to dip his fingers in some kind of competitiveness.
Right.
They, instead of just being done. You know what I mean? No competitiveness. We're just tubers.
Well, and I think once you get to that certain stage, the only thing left to do is compete. No matter what.
You're right. That's what you're built for.
Yeah.
And but anyway, they do it over the years. You know what I mean? So you see it just like slowly. They just get stacked. And that takes time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, Camby here in the next couple of years, he's going to be in those finals.
I think so.
He's going to be in those finals. And he's that mature age. He's in his like mid-30s. I think he's in his mid-30s.
I'm pretty sure.
I think he's right around my age or a couple years younger. I think he's like 33 or something. Unless he's maybe older than I am. I don't actually know. Yeah, how old is he? For sure know he's in his 30s. You know, and it's just one of those things too. And he talks about it too, because like now everybody knows Camby, and it's been over just, you know, his reign through OSG and all the other things, America's Strongest Man, and now into this. But he's only been on the big scene, like as everybody knowing him, for maybe the last 3-4 years. He's been competing for like 14 years.
Yeah.
He's been going to OSG. He's been doing all this. And that's what he said. He's like, you just never quit. And he's like, and then all of a sudden it's like, when it's your time, it's your time. And like, because you never quit, and everything just starts laying into place. And he just started fucking annihilating things.
Says he's 32.
32. Okay. So yeah. So he's hitting that perfect, like, and now he's at a big stage. His body's used to it. So now it's like going to mature as a bigger individual. And he's going to, in the next couple of years, that man is going to be a finalist.
I see him being a finalist or even a podium within the next 5 years.
For sure. Within the next 5 years, he will be on that podium. I could see that. And then, you know, Rimek, we saw him over at fucking OSG, and he was fucking savage.
Yep.
He fucked those dudes up. Andre, I never knew anything about him other than when I saw him at Giants Live. I knew nothing of him.
I've been following him here and there, just because Rogue has been posting him a lot lately.
Okay.
I think he's still has a lot to go to get that first. Mm-hmm. But with this being his first ever competition, he's the first Mexican ever to make it to the finals. Yeah. Which is fucking awesome, because the finals were pretty decently fucking stacked.
They still were. I mean, and that's just the level even nowadays. Like, yeah, sure, you had some heavy hitters gone, but just the level of competition is ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And like how fast you got to move things and do things. And like, so.
So let's see. To get started on the finals, the first one was the Nax Giants medley.
Oh, yeah. I want to see these. I've just seen little bitty clips. I know that Mitchell Hooper tore his fucking hands in half and didn't finish it.
Yeah, was that you that was telling me, or somebody else told me?
Yeah,
he completely tore his calluses, and you could see his tendons.
Yeah, it's on his video. He doesn't show it, and then Eddie Hall, like, he has him do it, but they have to like literally block it out.
Because it's gore.
He's gore. He's like, I can't put this on there, and so yeah, unfortunately, and then Tom did great, and he fucking nailed it, and then
so the time that Mitchell Hooper tore his hands was actually the day before.
Oh, was it the day before?
It was on the farmer's carry.
Oh, was it on the farmer's? Okay,
yes.
I didn't know if he tore it on because I know they do a yoke knack and then they did a frame knack, which looked super fucking dope.
Oh, maybe it was on the frame knack.
Yeah, because all I saw was a clip of Tom finishing it, and he was up against Hooper, and Hooper was like,
okay, then it was on the frame.
Yeah. Because I saw Hooper in the back and like he couldn't like finish it. And then so Tom like finished and he looked back and like saw that Hooper was still down and he was just like, fucking let's go. And then anyway, then after that, like, you know, then his hands were all fucked up.
Yep.
And
so in first place on that event, we have Evan
Singleton, who is a freak at frame and yoke, so.
He's just a fucking freak beast.
He is.
The moving events are his events.
He is. He's doing so good in moving events.
Second was actually Austin Andrade.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, he came in 10 seconds after Evan. Damn, that's how fucking fast Evan was at that. And then third place was Luke Stolten.
Yep.
Or Tom Stolten. So that kind of set the precedence right there. Absolutely. Going into the finals of these guys are not fucking around.
No. They're just like, here we go.
And there is a big difference between first and last. You're 10 points or you're 1.
Dude, in the game of points and you only got 5 events, it's not a fuck around. Like, you can't fuck around. You can't go from here to down, like up to top.
Yeah.
You get fucked.
So everybody finished it other than Avars, Luke Stoltman, Pavlo, and Hoath.
Yeah.
And Mitchell Hooper because he tore his hands. That's right.
Tore his hands,
Other than that, that was the craziest part. Was after that, that's when Mitchell Hooper came back, tore his hands on that fucking frame.
Yep.
And then came back and did a fucking, what was that, a 465 axle?
Because they did a max axle. Yep. And I think he did 465.
And then Tom did it right after him.
He came up to him and did it.
That's fucking crazy.
That's nuts. Clean and press.
Tore your fucking hands to where you could see the ligaments, and then right after that, you have to
go axle.
Bro, dude. Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah, that would suck, dude.
And this is already, what was it, 3 days after competing?
Yeah.
You've been competing for 3 days.
Yeah, he did the first day, and then, he took a break, and then he came in the first event, hands fucked.
See you later.
I couldn't even imagine it because I tore all my fucking calluses, the worst I've ever torn them at the last event when I went to regionals. I couldn't imagine if that was the first event and then I had to do the rest of the day like that. Yeah. That would have sucked. Yeah. That would have sucked.
Yeah.
And I worry about this kind of thing because that was kind of like OSG at the frame. I was like, I'm not going through the rest of this fucking. I'm not going through day 2 with fucking torn calluses. When I couldn't pick that frame, I was like, absolutely not.
That's why I don't know if it helps me or hinders me too. I don't lift with the bar in my calluses. I don't lift with the bar in here. I lift with the bar right here,
right on those fingers.
I get a better lift that way. Mm-hmm. I've noticed, like, I've tried to curl my calluses underneath.
Yeah.
It doesn't help me. It actually hinders me.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true or not, but
whatever's comfortable in your hand.
I have long enough fucking.
And I was gonna say, I think it's that you just got long enough fingers that you can. Because technically, I mean, think about it, even when you're doing anything like a hinge like there, it's actually stronger. And if you have it forced down, you'd be surprised how much weight you can hold just with your fingertips, right? Yeah. Like you'd be surprised. And that's kind of what I always thought coming back from bodybuilding. Guns in the hand, fucking always fingertip and shit and everything. And so when I tried farmers, I was like, I can't do that because it's too fat. My little fingers, like, so the bar is coming all the way to here. So I have no choice. And if I go here, it just slips out. So I have no choice but to curl my fucking, like, break my wrist.
Yeah.
To fucking get my hand grip on there. So yeah, the first thing it slides is just gone. It's all up under there. It slides all of them. And
I don't know. I think that just, it helps me. So
that's good.
I haven't ever tore them off.
That's awesome.
I hope to never tear them off.
Yeah, they're terrible. So that is respect because I have done that, not to my tendon, but I fucked my hand up, and but it was at the end of the event. It was done. I did have to grip and rip and fucking do farmers afterwards, but you don't feel it in the moment. But I didn't have to like be done and then turn around and do it again. When it happens in the heat of the moment, you don't even realize it, and you just keep on going and going and going and going. So that was respect.
And then let's see
And then what came next?
So this is the thing that fucking irritates me. It comes up as
reps.
Yeah, as reps. But Pablo was third.
Yep, Pablo did good.
So we've got Mitch and Stoltman tied for first. Mm-hmm. And then right after that, Pablo came in third on that one.
Okay, so they're doing it by reps because they have certain weight increments that they do. I think nowadays they start at 180. They used to start it at like max axle. They used to start it at 175 kilo. I don't know if they do that still. If that's where, so that would be 1 rep, right? And then they jump to, I think it's 190 kilo. That'd be 2 reps. And then I think it goes 200 kilo or 202. That'd be 3 reps. And then 210 is 265 or 465. So that'd be 4 reps.
Fucking wild.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure. So that means like 3 reps. Evan ended at 190.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then, or I'm sorry, 170. Do they go 190? 75? I think they go 175 to straight to 190, and then they go 210, and then they go 200, and then they go 210, and I don't fuck something like that. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean that's still like 440 pressing.
Right.
Most of the dudes are 440 pressers. But that jumping that from 440 to fucking 465, that's fucking big weight.
25 pounds is 25
That's big fucking
pounds.
weight. That's big weight. So that's super impressive.
And then let's see here. we get into keg toss right after that.
The keg toss.
That was a fucking...
that was gnar. I saw little baby clips of it.
Yeah.
Saw baby clips of it.
Some of the clips were fucking nuts, but there was a 3-way tie.
Yeah.
For first, there was
and they were all
3
world records. They were all world records.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was Tom Stoltman, Mitch Hooper, and out of fucking nowhere, Wesley Drwinski.
Yep. He came out of nowhere.
And they fucking did it.
They did. That's fucking nuts.
After that, we've got... It really, really dropped after that. Evan Singleton was the next place. And then from there, we had, let's see, 3 reps, Matt Ragg and, I'm sorry,
Pablo
Luke
didn't
Stoltman.
even do one.
He didn't.
0. He didn't. I wonder what happened.
Not a good thrower, maybe?
Maybe not. Maybe he couldn't even make it to the fucking first rep.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know where the fuck they start. Like,
I don't
the
either.
same kind of thing. They have a system.
See, and that's the other problem, too, is like, this isn't going to come out until fucking December.
Right. We don't know shit. This is World Strongest Man. Watch the last podcast. We bitched about it.
Yeah. The next one, the Rain Total Body View Conan's Wheel.
Yep.
Everybody knows the Conan's Wheel. You basically Zercher,
and
carry,
walk in a big circle.
and walk in a circle. Their implement was fucking cool.
So sick. Rain cans.
They had the
that
rain
was
cans.
so ill.
So coming in first, which was another world record, was Pablo.
Which we figured.
Yep, 922 degrees.
Yep. Then Mitchell.
And then Mitchell, I knew that he was...
And I knew Mitch was going to do. The big shocker on this one was Tom, because in Giants and every other year they've ever had a fucking Cohen's, he takes almost dead last every fucking time. He has one of those things that like, and same with Hercules. He has something about like, and because I watch their videos a lot, and his brother Luke gets on him a lot about that, like the mentality side of things of like, you got to fucking dig deep.
Yeah.
Like, really dig deep.
Yeah.
And like, Hercules and those kinds of things are those areas where you're just strong, and then it's like, just how bad do you want it, right?
Yeah.
And he's always kind of been bad at those events. And Conan's is the same way. Everybody can lift the weight. Everybody can walk with the weight. But are you going to walk until you pass out, or are you just going to walk out until it's just like, fuck that? You know what I mean? There's a difference. And
yeah, because it's definitely not one of those things to where if you do it, you're going to injure yourself.
No. So you just, but are you like, I think it's a mental switch of like, you're not scared to pass out. You're not scared to get hurt. You know what I mean? So, and like, so he was the hugest, so him placing third kept him just right on top, because he fucking was killing it after day 1, after Mitchell had his slips. And then he went into day 2, and he just, because he kept hitting, again, consistency is key. Hitting that second, third.
Which is exactly what he did.
When the whole fucking time.
Yep.
Just, you come out with bangers, you get that lead, and then that's what they call run and hide.
Yep.
That means like you just stay there, you're in plain sight, but you just keep on adding a little bit, yep. And eventually you're gone, homie. I can't touch you. Like I can't touch you.
Yeah.
So, because I think he goes into stones at the very end with like a fucking 5-point lead.
Yeah.
Like, so it was like, as long, and it's stones, which is his ace in the hole, which anything can happen. But at the same time, it's like, it's one of those events, right? It's like us walking up to like a 405 deadlift bar and being like, do that for 5. Okay. Like, it would be a super bad day if we couldn't do that. Right. You know what I mean? So that's Tom with the stone run.
We would have had some serious injuries.
Something was going on, and that's Tom with the stone run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, to him, that's a 405 for fucking 5 reps.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's finish this.
Yeah.
And just fucking done.
Yeah. So that one was, I really want to see that one, because I saw Mitchell. I saw his on just a little blurb on the Instagram.
Yeah.
That dude carried it out until the very
Oh, yeah. He's a
end.
savage, and he's just such a good individual. I mean, I love, and if you watch his YouTube of like he does day 1, behind the scenes, same with the Stoltmans. They do the same exact thing. And he's just one of those dudes that's just so realistic with things like, well, technically, he's like, if this does this, and then Tom wins, and he's like, hey, but you know what? Like, hey, man. Like, I've been doing really good, and
I'm just gonna go out there and do my best.
And that's all he does. He's just like, hats off to him, man. And he's like, this is World's Strongest Man. If you are not on point and everything falls in your favor, he's like, you ain't gonna win.
No.
Today is not working. But he's like, still super proud of myself. I'm still on podium, still right here. So, like, fuck it, man. Congrats on Tom. Like, he's just such a good individual.
Yeah.
He's such a good individual.
Yeah.
So
his company, Lift Heavy Be Kind,
is
definitely
so amazing.
reflects exactly
it does.
what
like
he is.
That is who he is. So like, and that's a true champion. You know what I mean? And so
also, I just noticed Oh, I guess Pablo's not. Everybody else is cross-armed. He's just standing there.
Oh,
awkwardly.
him and Mitch are. That's so funny. I bet theirs is no different than ours because it's one of those things like when I took my picture for this,
Yeah.
I bet it's like literally the same photographers. They literally give you your shirt. Like, except for mine, Opens is different. You guys are like bloated and happy and eating and stuff. When I did mine, like you come off like eyes sucked in, like you can't even see. And then you make weight. They give you your shirt and then they put you in front of a camera and they're like, and it's pose as you please. They just tell you like stand left, stand right. And then we're going to take your picture. So you can pose, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. So I think this is very similar. That's what I hate about mine. Every time I see my picture, I'm like, can you just like giving me like a half hour? Like, let me go do the IV and like get some food and then let me come take a picture. Because every time I see it, I just see nothing but like crackheads sucked in eyes and shit. And it's like, oh my God, bro.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So, but
if it
yeah,
makes you feel
funny.
any better, I didn't notice it. So,
Well, thank you. But yeah, it's funny. Like, yeah, because look at Evan made sure he's a bro for sure. See how he does that tilt into the camera to make himself just look so beef.
it's all about fucking
It's angles, bro. It's angles.
It's angles.
It is.
I have out-angled some of the biggest fucking dudes.
Oh, you can. It's seriously.
Because, you literally do this.
It's
and
the
then
smallest little things that can out-angle people. And then it's also on the same time of like, you can be a really, I mean, everybody, when you take pictures, selfies, it's like you could be a pretty big dude and like look really good. And then it's like, and then all of a sudden a picture because you were just hit that right angle. It's like, you look like a bitch. Like, and it's like, but if you saw him in real life,
Did he lose a fucking 100 pounds?
Exactly. It's like, holy shit, look at him. Or like get that bag angle and it's just like fucking belly and titties. It's just especially for us because we're so thick.
Yeah.
It's like you get that right angle. It's like terrible.
Yeah.
And I've done that on my squat videos. I'm like absolutely not delete.
Oh, you fat fuck.
Dude. Oh my, and especially bracing and shit. Oh my God, dude. I've seen some videos. I've posted a couple on my thing that I was just like disgusting because once you fucking push
Go
it,
eat some chicken and rice, you tubby McLaren
literally, and like, and it, that angle, that perfect angle, and it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So, and Evan's got that down. He's got that wrestling, like he knows how to make himself look super big. Because even if you watch the Arnold's like low step, it's the same way. Most guys have their arms crossed. Mm-hmm. If you see Evans, he purposely, and it's so funny because like Thor's, he's super sit back and relaxed, but he's just such a big individual, right?
It doesn't fucking
so he
matter.
takes up the whole camera, right? His forearms, he's just so big. And then Evan is funny because he looks the biggest because it shows like the back shot of all of them. Mm-hmm. Evan pops out the biggest because like he does the arm cross, but then he kind of lifts up like this, so you can see his shoulders are super round.
Yeah, he does
and,
one of these where he's like,
yep, exactly. Where you can see everybody else kind of just like relax, sitting back, like with their head back.
Yeah.
And Evan does this, and it's so fucking funny.
Dude.
He does so good though. It's like you look super huge in all of these. So.
he's a bro.
He is a bro. I love him.
He's a bro.
And
He's the most bro-y
he
guy.
is the broest bro dude ever too, and I love him because we got to meet him and have a few conversations with him. So he's a fucking bro, but I love him to death. So and I'm super proud of him. That's so awesome that he did it, and he did so good because I love seeing the maturity. And that's the thing. I look up to all these guys, but at the same time, I'm their elder, and I see like just like mind shifts and like from things, and he's so amped up all the time, and I've said it for years of like that's his fault. Like he's like too amped up, he's too emotional, he's too this. It's good, but don't like calm it. This year, if you watch any of the back scenes, he was so calm and cool. And he's been slowly doing that through his. And then sometimes he freaks the fuck out, and he like at Arnold's, he freaked out doing that big back slap, which is sick as fuck. And he had to do the first pull twice. On the deadlift. Like it's like, did that tax you, homie? You just did the first opener 9 something for a double. Super cool and like fun, but as a competitor, it's like you just wasted a lot of fucking energy because you freaked out. And then he did the same thing on the log because he freaked out, came out all fucking T-Rex, and then he fucked it up. And then, but then at Worlds, I was watching. He's just so like he did no freaking out. He literally did like. It was almost like, what's wrong with him? And then, cause he kept saying, he's like, as soon as like the finals come out, then the full T-Rex comes out. I was like, there he is. But, but you know what I mean? At least he was calm through all of it, and then released it at the right moments, and that put him on the podium. Kept him calm and cool, and like when to know when to pull that trigger completely. And that takes years of things to do. It takes years, and knowing how much to push and how much to pull back, when to give in, when to give out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're coming into the fucking keg toss, getting your back smacked and getting hyped up, bro, you're fucking up. That's a technical thing.
And that's any kind of bag throw event. Like that is one of those events where it's technical, and really, if anything, it's a nice relaxed event after like a brutal event. It's like cool, I can relax, but it's very technical. It's very mental. Positioning, everything, and no mistakes. No fucking mistakes. Because one mistake, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And like whether you missed the bag because you tried to go too fast, where you could have just taken one extra swing and no problem. Like there's so much to a bag throw and a max keg toss. And yeah, so exactly, you can't go in there fucking salting up, fucking freaking out, and losing your effing mind.
No.
You know what I mean? And so I was actually super happy to see him get up on that podium.
I'm pretty sure we had talked about
we did. We talked about him
on the last one.
I figured. I said Stoltman, Hooper, and then I said either I wanted Luke because I love Luke. But I said Luke and Evan were going to be for that top spot. So I was kind of actually super.
Luke came in.
Yeah.
Bottom 3 for 5 out of the 6.
That's what I mean. I was kind of I think, and see, it's one of those things also. Luke is advancing massively. He's always been in the game, but he still hasn't been like, he's just not like, quite that strength, like that freakness of like his brother.
He is the younger brother anyways, right?
No, he's the older.
He is.
He's almost by 10 years. Yeah. Luke is almost at that point of hitting like Masters OGs. Like he's 38, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the older brother. He's the one that got Tom into this.
I got you.
Yeah. And he's just like such an individual and like, such a good man. And I love the shit out of him, but, it's just one of those things of like, he's been doing really good, but at the same time, then you look at, I think he used all of his gas getting to the finals. And then he doesn't have that system where the other guys, it's kind of like staying calm, staying cool. Like these weights aren't really a whole lot to me. I just need to stay cool and I need to stay in a good position. Yeah. Where to Luke, he almost needed that rev up for he had to go all the way to the Stone-Offs again. But but that's a huge progression because now he's made it to the finals every single year for the past like 3 or 4 years. Yeah. But he has to go to the Stone-Off. He has to almost like what these guys do for the finals, he's already doing from day one. Right. And like he just eventually runs out of nervous system. He runs out of strength. Like it's like you can only, and you're almost fucking 40, homie. And it's like, and you got a baby and like, you know what I mean? Like you can only do so much. So it's still, I'm so proud of his performance. You're still one of the top 10 strongest men in the world.
Strongest men in the world.
You just won fucking Britain's 2 weeks ago. It's like, so hands down, unbelievable performance. But I was really hoping him on that third, but I just don't think he's there yet,
Yeah, for sure.
Where Tom and them is just like, it's a walk in the park, you know what I mean? Like, it's just calm, cool.
Yeah.
Like, let me just fucking pick this up and yeet.
Yep.
Where we're fucking salting up freaking
the fuck. How's that?
Just a yeet. Tom's big old belly, you know what I mean? Just fucking get. It's just like where we're fucking, scrunching, running, fucking salting up, just losing our shit just to get through those events where these guys are just kind of taking their time and just fucking yep. You know what I mean? So.
Then after that, we got the BF Goodrich Tires HD Terrain Deadlift.
Yep.
That was a wild looking event.
It was super cool looking.
There was just how much whip was in that fucking bar.
It looked just
really,
like
really
fucking
cool.
Brian's fucking Hummer deadlift.
Yeah.
Looked exactly, except for they're doing it for reps.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
It was. I saw a little bit of clips of it.
Hummer deadlift.
It was.
Deadlift.
It literally was. They were up on a platform, like total style, and then Hummer deadlift for reps this time.
I would love to do it.
I would too. It would be ill as fuck to do one of those.
It's just such a cool fucking look.
So cool looking.
So cool.
So cool. And just to get that whip, and that's
maybe that's what we'll do. We'll go to the U-Pull and pay and just go get a bunch of fucking Hummer tires.
Dude, that'd be so ill. That'd be so much fun.
And then we can put it in a competition.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want to lift that shit?
Everybody in this bitch getting Hummer deadlift.
Hummer deadlift. That's what I mean, dude. I think any of those kinds of cool things like that, anybody's going to be like, okay.
I think that's what we should do. We'll call it the classics.
Yeah. OG classics.
OG classics.
I'm telling you, motherfuckers, you better be ready for this. One of these days, we're going to hold a comp, and your bitch asses are going to shovel. You guys are going to wheelbarrow, and then you're going to shovel rocks into a wheelbarrow, and then you're going to fucking wheelbarrow that into another pile.
Okay, I saw this fucking thing on Instagram today, and it was all these functional athletes can't even fucking swing a hammer. I guess CrossFit Games or something one year did a fucking I think it was like 2 events, and then you have to hammer a fucking gigantic metal stake into the ground.
No way.
No
I mean,
kidding.
that's pretty. If you had to use a sledge to do that, like that's
So
nasty.
they had to use a sledge. All of them were like handling it like this with their hand right next to the handle. I'm like, don't slip. Don't fucking
you're
slip.
fucked. You're fucked.
Let's see if I can bring it
No
up.
way. And that's just, I mean, it's true though. Like, yeah, like some of those OG old school world's strongest man doing that kind of shit. Like just basic, like our day and day like jobs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted to actually hit him up because I know Mitchell Hooper a lot of times likes to do like different joke videos and stuff. And he's always like, comment what you guys want to see me next. Because like, how can he use his strength? You know what I mean? I'm going to hit him up on one of these and be like, go to work for a construction crew. See how helpful your strength is. Like, how many boxes of tile can you carry downstairs?
Yeah.
How many bags of sand concrete can you pick up? How many fucking 2x4s or posts can you put up on your shoulder? Like shit like that. But that it's different. It's like it's functional fitness for sure.
Yeah, it is. Like, it is funny because all these people, and I've noticed that CrossFit and powerlifting are some of the biggest.
that guy's
yes,
doing
this is it right here.
Oh my god. 2009 CrossFit Games.
Let's pull it up.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys gotta run, do all these terrible things. I keep seeing little clips of it. Keep going.
Okay, so
Oh, here it is.
yeah.
Good job. So they just got done doing like a wad or something.
5, 4, 3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
So now they're doing rows
Okay.
for probably a certain distance.
Yep, it's a certain calorie or
And then
distance.
right after that,
Here it is.
yeah.
Okay, then they have to go grab a sledgehammer, which looks like one of those smaller sledges, and then they got to hammer a fucking pole into the dirt. Oh my god, look at these guys.
Getting us started. I get
Oh,
it.
yeah, I totally. Okay, there you go. Totally did the.
Barber with the starter hit.
That guy's going at it.
Yeah.
That guy's getting it.
Look at this guy. I mean, that's hard work, dude. Fucking putting a fence post in.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. Or even, like, basic shit of, like, go dig a trench with a fucking, a pickaxe.
Yeah.
Go swing that motherfucker. I want you to do a drainage ditch on that. Like, that's a lot of work. It's intense.
That shit is just
That's
so
so
funny to
awesome.
me. Like,
That's so
look at this guy.
Look at this guy next to him. Look at him. Oh, it's not even showing him.
This guy right here.
Yeah, look at the guy in the blue. Look in the blue.
This guy right here. Bro, use the rest of the
Yeah,
fucking
look
hammer.
at him. Oh my gosh. That man has never worked a day in his life.
Tommy Hackenback.
The girls, I hope it's on here. The girls are even worse,
Oh, I can
dude.
even imagine.
Oh, it looked like you had to do 3 of them.
Oh,
But yeah, so
you do.
I saw
That's
that.
still pretty cool.
I saw that and I was just like, that's OG shit.
Dude, I want to do like OG shit like that. That's fun. That's cool shit.
Yeah. So getting back into the Hummer deadlift.
Yep.
Let's see. First place, we had Matt Ragg with 8 reps. I don't know how much that weighed.
I don't remember. I think it's like 350 or 360. They usually have it right around 770, or they have it at like 8 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's always like the Giants Live. Anytime they do reps, it's always that 770 or like 8 plus.
Yeah.
And then of course this last year they did fucking like a 360 kilo, and then they did a 400 kilo, which is like 880 and fucking like 850 like for reps. And it's like that's insane.
That's
dude.
nutty.
That's nuts. That's what I mean. So I believe is probably right around 800 pounds. Probably
So Matt got 8 reps. Second place got 7 reps, which was Tristan Hoth and Tom Stoltman again.
Tom, yep.
Fucking second place.
And that was right there. I remember watching some behind the scenes because it was all right there. That was like a huge decider where it was like, yeah, going into the stones, like he'd literally have to take like last place in the stones for him to lose. Because when he got that 7th rep and then Hooper got 6, it was like, yep, that was it. Dom just won.
Yep.
So, yeah. So that's crazy. Fucking 7, 8, even 5 reps at fucking 800 pounds.
And then third place, which is crazy to me, was 6 reps.
6
that
reps.
was a 3-way tie.
Yep.
Between Andrade, Derwinski, and Hooper.
Yep.
So I'm not shocked. I think it's pretty wild that Rag just fucking blew everybody out of the water on that one.
Dude, Rag is one of those dudes that just, that's what I'm saying. Like, they have that opportunity to jump around. Like Tristan and these guys, they're just dark horses. You don't even know about them. I mean, like, look at Tom Evans. Nobody knew who he was. And then all of a sudden he just showed up one day. And it was same with Mitch Hooper, though. You know, nobody had any fucking idea who he was.
No, Hooper came out of fucking nowhere and was just like, yeah, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, just world's strongest man.
And then world's strongest man within 2 years.
And then he just, boom. Straight to the finals his first year, almost top 5 first year. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then just on a reign since.
And then on to the Atlas Stones, my favorite event. In last place, we got Luke Stoltman.
That's crazy.
3 stones in 36 seconds.
Yeah.
In second to last, in 9th place, was Avars with 3 stones in 32 seconds.
Yeah.
And then we got Wesley Drewinski, 3 stones in 30 seconds. In the next to last place, Austin Andrade, 3 stones in 24 seconds. Evan Singleton, 3 stones in 24 seconds. I'm surprised that he only was able to get
I did
3.
too. I am really surprised.
He's got the long ass fucking
He
arms.
does. And he's usually pretty good at stones. But again, this is also one of the hardest stunts because they do that whole like they set them away from the fucking platforms.
Yep.
They're not sitting at the bottom of the platform. You just pick it and lift it. You have to pick it, lift it, and walk.
Yeah.
And that so that's a whole nother fucking aspect. They do that OG shit.
And then we had Matt Rag in 4th place with 4 stones in 49 seconds. We'll call that 50 seconds. Because you can't even sneeze fast enough. And then let's see, we got Pavlo coming out of the woodworks, getting 3rd place in that, 4th place in that, 4 stones in 44 seconds. Tristan Hoeth, 4 stones in 43 seconds. And then this is where we get into 2nd and 1st. Mitchell Hooper came in 2nd with 4 stones in 37 seconds.
Yep.
And then Tom Stoltman just completed the whole run faster than some guys that finished
Even
the
did
3rd
3.
stones.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
So, yeah, that's fucking wild to me.
Yep. Definitely interesting year.
Yeah, because let's see. Luke did it 3 stones in 36 seconds. Oh, I guess. So he was 2 seconds behind his brother.
Yeah.
But he had done all 5
He
stones.
had done 2 more stones.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And again, I think it really just has to do with fucking, he just burnt himself. Completely burnt himself. Because that's a normal stone run to Luke. Like, you know what I mean? He could easily do that. But
Well, and like you said, he's getting older.
he is. He's fucking getting that age, dude. And I feel that. Especially like, and you have to amp yourself up for days like that. And like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So that's huge. So crazy year, 2024.
Yep. So you got Singleton in 3rd, Hooper in 2nd, Stoltman in 1st.
That's right. It's my boy. I knew he was going to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for next year. I'm excited to see. Hooper's just going to be Hooper. He's just going to keep on doing what he does. You know what I mean?
We're gonna put money on it next year.
Okay. We'll put money on it. Yeah. We'll keep putting money on him.
I'm gonna just hand you $500. We're gonna go to Vegas.
We're going to go to the Vegas
I'm gonna
deadlift.
let you.
Just let me do my thing.
I'm gonna let you put the money down because I'm sure fucking MGM has a money line for this.
They have to, right? Because they're holding it there. It's like you've got to have some kind of fucking something.
Yep.
It's like, give it to me.
Yep.
Yeah, because, interesting year. Super excited. So that's super cool. Yeah, that was your 2024 World's Strongest Man.
Big shout out to Airwave.
Airwave. Love them.
Why? Because I fucking said so.
Exactly.
Airwave is the best mouthpiece on the
They
market.
really are, dude. If you guys haven't jumped to that Airwave game, you literally should, because that's gains in a package. Okay?
In a package.
In a package. A little cool package. And a cool case. But no, they really are. They're just awesome, dude. And if you guys haven't jumped into those, try those. So
Yep.
I've been using
It's only fair since they were the main headliner of World's Strongest Man to be like,
that too. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Buy this.
buy this.
Take that. But
Then you get this sweet little thing that you get to just kind of like,
it's like a little.
you do this to take
Exactly.
Instagram pics with,
That's exactly what you do. Seem all cool and shit.
and then you put it back in your case and do your lift. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. I use the shit out of this fucking
I
thing.
do. I love mine.
I normally put it in my mouth for first workout, and then it doesn't come out until I'm like finished, basically.
Yeah. It's so funny is that I use it a lot, even when I do like accessories and shit.
Yeah. It helps me breathe.
It does, same. It
helps me breathe.
And it's like, because our main movements are what we'd be using it. So it's like you're doing an accessory, you might as well just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do the same thing. Like when I'm doing accessories, certain accessories, I'm like, mouthpiece.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I love that one because it doesn't feel like you're really having anything in your mouth. So it's great. Yeah. So if you guys haven't done it, check out Airwave. They're great. Just because we said so, not because they sponsor us. Yet.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. I understand.
Well,
Yep.
that wraps us up.
Yep.
That wraps up you guys.
You too.
Keep fucking at it. Tag us in your guys' badass lifts or whatever you guys are
good
feeling.
call. I want to see that actually.
Yeah.
You guys are hitting some fucking lifts or just even mundane lifts. And if you follow either one of us, we don't always post like, sure, we like to post sick lifts, but not every fucking day is a sick lift. But the grind is a grind, and if you're grinding every day, then tag us in it. Like, we want to see it. I like to see people's lift and see their grind. So
All you got to do is just tag at Built for War Strength.
that's it, dude. And then we'll shout you out on our stories and everything else. And I just like to see the engagement, like I always say. So
Yeah.
So tag us. Keep doing good. Love all of you.
If you tag us, you'll get hella gains.
Hella gains, bro. Literally through the screen. And then what we're going to do is we're going to DM you and be like, in 3 seconds, put your finger on the screen. And then we will both put our fingers on the screen. And then it will morph through that into the internet, into the molecules, into your fingers. Gains.
That's called finger blasting.
Exactly. So,
All right. Well,
all right. Well, you guys keep doing good. Thank you for all your love.
Yep.
And we'll see you on the next one.
okay.
Much love.
Bye.
Bye.